Hi everybody and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk about correspondence chess, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of one of the correspondence chess sites that I like to use for my own personal games. So I'm just going to type in the URL so you can see it here. So it's redhotpawn.com. This website has been around for about 10 years now, and I really think it's one of the best correspondence chess sites, and I'll tell you why. Just going to navigate to my games here. The reason that I think this is one of the best sites is because it's extremely fast and responsive at all times. So when you're making moves, submitting your moves, and navigating to games, and doing all of the actions that require making requests to the web server, it's really fast to respond. And I found this not to be the case with many of the other sites, and I find myself kind of getting annoyed with how slow these sites are. But this one doesn't seem to suffer from that problem. It's because it's been around for a long time, it's got a fairly strong community of players out there. And it's important to stress, though, that the level of strength is not as high as you'll find on some of the other servers. There aren't many master level and above players, but if you're at sort of expert level and below, you'll find that there's plenty of suitable opponents from all over the world. Now, this site is completely free for up to 6 concurrent games. Now, having said that, you can't participate in tournaments if you're just a free member. Once you pay the membership, you can participate in tournaments and you can have as many games as you want, and there are also a couple of other perks. But even with the free account, you can use almost all of the in-game features. So for instance, let's just click on one of these games so you can get a sense for the speed. So I click on the game, and almost instantaneously that game board appears now. So I can flip the board, I can make notes, I can send a message to my opponent, I can set up conditional moves, I can choose to skip the game, I can analyze the board, I can access the game history, I can change the board style. All of this stuff is, so quick and clean. And one of the really nice things is that while you're using this website, let's say for instance I want to look at the game history and navigate through the game. So let's go back to the start of the game and start looking through. You'll notice that I never have to use the scroll bar. All of the buttons are within easy reach. I'm not looking around trying to find where the things are. They've made a concerted effort to keep the interface clean and logical and have everything ready accessible without any scrolling. Like, I've played on a couple of other sites where I find myself having to scroll down to hit the next button, so that if I've got several games going, I find I'm scrolling constantly just to find the games, and that gets really annoying. So if I say skip this game for now, it's going to take me to the next game. Let's go back and look at my games. There's a series of filters here, so I can search for a game. I can use a filter. I usually have the filter set up so that I only see the games where I need to make a move. But let's say I want to look at all of my current games. I click this button, and I've got quite an interesting game going against this player from who used to be living in Sweden, quite a strong player. I click on this move and I can see this particular game, and I might choose to just analyze the board here, And even though it's her turn to move, I can start to think about what I might do in certain situations. So let's say, I can think about, well, what do I do after she plays knight to c3? Or, how would I respond to g takes f5? Now, this might not seem that impressive, but believe me, these kind of features are much more cumbersome to use on some of the other sites, and often you have to be a paying member to use features like this. So it's a really nice site, and I just wanted to share it because I think correspondence chess is a great way for us to improve our game and learn new stuff about openings and how to play endgames. And if you're like me and you don't have a lot of time to sit down and play a whole game, it's great because you can make a move just every couple of days or whenever you have time. There's something for everybody, I think. And it's a little bit more relaxed too than over the board chess. And one of the things I like is if you want to try out a new opening or want to do some research on a certain type of endgame that you reach, you can do that. Whereas in over the board, it can be kind of tricky to try out a new opening unless you've had a lot of practice games with it beforehand. So I like it a great deal, and I just wanted to share this with you. You can leave some comments about some of the sites that you enjoy, but I just thought I would share this one. Well, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna make a cup of coffee and plan on what I'm gonna do in some of these games. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.